loves, it's Sam. So today we are going to be eye swatching. Yeah, this is the first for me. I was a little bit nervous, but I'm actually fine. My eyes are okay. The new Makeup Forever Aqua XL color paints. These are color paints for eyes. You can use them as liner, shadow, or shadow base. So there's, a few different ways for you to use them. They're $25. It says that they are 20 highly pigmented blendable creams in 3 finishes that can be worn as shadow liner or an eyeshadow base. There are 4 shades that are a shimmering metallic finish. There are 4 shades that are a radiant satin finish, and then there are 12 shades that are a rich matte finish. So these are all of the colors there that they have on the collection. Basically, I kind of talk a little bit more about this, but these are supposed to be waterproof, smudge proof, and long lasting. I did do the waterproof test when I did swatches on my arm. If you just squirt them with water, nothing happens. They stay on really, really well. When they're wet and then you start smudging them really hard, at first they don't budge, but by like the second or third time of trying, you do get some smudging around there. But let's be honest, are you really gonna get your face wet and then rub it? No. Most of the time you're gonna say if you're jumping in the pool and then you just get out, it's not gonna move. So I will be doing eye swatches of all of the colors so that you guys can see exactly how they apply on the eye. I feel like sometimes when you swatch things on your hand, it's like, oh, okay, cool, that's really awesome. But with eye products especially, sometimes I feel like you get a better idea of what it looks like on your eyes. So I figured, why not be brave and try and do all these swatches, what was it, 20 I think altogether, on my eyes for you guys, so you guys can see exactly how they apply, what they look like, and just kind of give you a better idea of what these products actually do. And then I kind of just give you my thoughts on like each color and how many coats you need and kind of the pigmentation, etc. I hope you guys find this helpful. If you do, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Definitely check these out. I will leave a link down below for you guys if you do want to purchase any of them. And as I'm going through the eye swatches, I kind of tell you like which ones are like my favorite, or I'm like, whoa, that one was really a pigmented. So there's a few colors that really stood out to me that I was like, OMG, yes. So I'm actually wearing this one today. I will actually have a tutorial of this makeup that I am wearing. It's trying out a few new different products. I didn't do the base because my base is always the same. But as far as like blush, highlight, eyes, and lips, I show you all the stuff that I'm wearing. So if you like my makeup today and you're like, oh, I want to see that, that'll be coming tomorrow, so don't worry. Or maybe Thursday, I don't know how I'm going to do it. But anyway, I am wearing this one today. This is the L22 and it is so pretty. But let's get on to the eye swatches so you guys can see exactly what these beautiful babies look like. They're so fun, they're so vibrant. Okay, so we're going to start off with the lighter colors just because I feel like that is the best way to do it. So the first color I'm going to do is L14. And this, I believe, is an iridescent. No, a lustrous. So this is a radiant satin finish. And basically they just have like little squeezy tubes. So I'm just going to squeeze it right out onto my brush. And I'm just going to do one eye and then we'll do another color on the other eye. I just figured it would be so much easier to show you guys on my eyes. Let's hope my eyes don't become a mangled mess by the end of this, because you guys know I am quite sensitive, but you know what? Man, sometimes you gotta take risks. That actually took 2 coats. It kind of just looks a little bit chalky, to be honest. There's not really anything super lustrous about it. I can't say I'm super excited about that color. I don't know about that. I mean, it does put down a good white base, but I did have to use quite a bit of it. So that is L14. So it's not, I was hoping for a little bit more excitement, and it kind of just looks matte. So now we're gonna put the matte one on the other eye. I am gonna wipe off the brush. Let's see what the matte one does. So this one is the color M16. So this is matte. Oh, okay, I get it. So the L stands for lustrous and the M stands for matte. So whatever number you have in the beginning of the actual shadow is what it is. It's either iridescent, matte, or lustrous. So the matte one seems to go on a little bit better. You can see this one just looks a little bit more pigmented. I mean, obviously it is matte. I do still see a little bit of like blotchiness, so I am going to do a second coat. I feel like you definitely have to do 2 coats to get rid of that blotchiness if you are trying to do like something super white. But you can see that one is definitely whiter than that L14. Was it L14? I think it was L14. So I would say out of the lustrous and the matte, I definitely prefer the matte one because the lustrous to me just looks matte, but it's not quite as pigmented. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Skin Iceland wipes. I really like these wipes. They're pretty gentle and they do a really good job of removing stuff. So hopefully we'll see how well, and they smell really good too. Okay, so they seem to come off pretty well. They definitely dry quickly, for sure. Like, I can tell that these, once they are on, you are not going to get a whole lot of movement out of them. I mean, they are waterproof. And I did actually test them on my hands to see underneath water how they did. And as far as just applying them and then just having water spray on them, they did really well. Once I started rubbing the water in, I did get a little smudging out of it, but as far as just the water going on them, they were waterproof. This color is called the M52. Again, M means matte. Kind of just looks like a kind of beige, kind of creamy color. So let's just place that on this eye. I mean, obviously, once you're putting it over like other stuff, when you already have like your crease color down and everything, I think it would look a lot better. This one is applying really nicely. It's still pretty light, but that one is not nearly as blotchy as the white one. I feel like I don't even need 2 coats with that one. So that one, I actually think is a really nice color. This would be great for just getting any kind of redness out of your eye. It went down really nicely, and it's just a nice kind of like creamy white color. So yes, I actually really like that one. That one is M52. Now on the other eye, we're going to do the I50. This one is iridescent, which means it's a shimmering metallic finish. There are 4 shades altogether that are iridescent. So this one looks like it's going to be a really pretty champagne color. And when I was swatching these on my arm, I actually thought that the metallic ones were definitely the prettiest and the most pigmented. They also seem to be the best at being waterproof as well. So that one is I50. So you can see it's just a really pretty champagne color. It does have a nice amount of shimmer in there. Not overly sparkly, like it's not big chunks of sparkle, but it is definitely got like a sheen, like a nice metallic finish, but it's not overly metallic or overly light catching. It's just kind of like a nice metallic eye base, or obviously you can put it over once you've done all the crease work and everything, but it is a really pretty color. I will say, I mean, I feel like they definitely stay put. Like I feel like this is not going to be something that's going to crease or anything like that, but they're not like ridiculously difficult to remove. So that's nice. I mean, obviously these ones are light, so you never know, like once you get to the darker shades, those might be an absolute nightmare. But as far as like just removing these ones, it's not terrible. So now let's move on to, ooh, my eye's feeling super sticky and tacky. Next we're gonna try the I80. This again is another iridescent one. It looks like it's kind of a really pretty lilac-y kind of mauve shade. I suppose it's not lilac-y, it's more mauve, more of a light mauve. We're gonna pop that on this eye. I will say they go on really easily, especially these metallic ones. That's really beautiful. I like that one a lot. It's like a really soft kind of dusty pink. So what is that? I80. Okay, now we are going to do on this eye L54, which means it's a lustrous, which is a radiant satin finish. And you can use these as liners, as bases, or as just cream shadows. So there are different ways to use them. That one is L54, and you can see it is just kind of like a nice, kind of like warm taupe. It doesn't have a whole lot of sheen, but it is like, it's not super matte. It is that lustrous finish, so it does have a nice satin finish, but I think the pigmentation is nice of it. It is actually a really pretty color. I think that that would be a very universal color for a lot of people. So yeah, I do like that color. That one's nice. Okay, let's see how these darker ones remove. It doesn't make it easy when you have big old nails, I'll tell you that much. That one's a little harder to remove. Totes my goats. My eyes are starting to get a little sore. I'm just gonna tell you now. Next we're gonna take I-12. Wah! And this one is an iridescent again. Kind of like a smoky gray. Oh my gosh. This one's so pretty. I'm just trying to get as much surface so that you guys can see how pretty it is. I look so ridiculous. This is gorgeous. This one is definitely by far the most pigmented I've tried yet. It's kind of like a smoky gray, but it has like a blue kind of tone in there. Really gorgeous. This would be really pretty with like a really dark gray smoky eye and then have it on the lid. Or you could always use it as your base, but I feel like with the metallic finishes, it'd be prettier to put on top versus as a base. That is really pretty. I love that color. What is that? I-12. So far, all of the iridescent ones have been really good. I like them a lot. Okay, and then on this side, we're gonna do M56, which means it's a matte. This one looks like a taupe. I keep on saying taupe. It might just be a plain, oh, okay, so that one's like really watery. Oh, it's like literally water. That's weird. Maybe I need to shake it up. That one just feels so watery for some reason. Like, look, that's just plain old water. So definitely give them a good shake when you get them. Otherwise, you might just get a blob of water. So this one looks like it's just a nice chocolate brown. It's kind of a cooler. Yeah, it's like a cooler brown. Really pigmented, though. I love how ridiculous I look right now. So that one is M56. Really pigmented, nice, cool chocolate brown. I actually really like that color. I think that would be really great as a base. That one feels really creamy for some, it's like extra creamy. So I like that one. Man, do you guys see how metallic that one is? That metallic is so, that one really catches the light. P.S. I totally have a sunglass mark on my face. So if you're wondering what that weird mark is on my eye, on the side of my nose, that's what it is. You know, these really aren't difficult to remove. I think eye swatches was definitely a bad idea. My eyelids are already getting swollen. Oh, it's burning just a little bit. Now we are gonna move on to some fun bright colors. So the first color we're gonna do, I'm so excited about this one. This is M24. This is the color of summer. For me, personally, I love this color in the summertime. I just think it's absolutely just, it calls my name. Wow, Nelly. Holy moly, that is so pigmented and so bright. Oh gosh, this is amazing. This color right here, it needs no words. It's so pigmented, you do not need 2 coats of this. That's intense. Like that is so pigmented. It's super creamy, it's super bright. M24, you are the winner. That color is beautiful. If you like a bright eye, obviously if you don't like bright eyes, then you wouldn't like this one. But if you like a really fun, bright colored eye, this is absolutely beautiful. Love it. Next we have M40, which is a bright yellow. So let's see if this one, wow, this one seems just as pigmented. It's almost like school bus yellow. It is yellow. Again, really pigmented, really yellow. So if you're wanting like a really fun bumblebee yellow, well, that's what it is, a bumblebee yellow, then that would be really a good option for you. So look at those babies. So cool. This is M70. This is a matte. Oh, this is so fun. Such a bright orange. It's like so fiery. So that's really pretty. It's almost like an orange with a slight hint of a coral. So that's M70. I think it would be really beautiful with kind of like a cranberry, like brick red crease, or with a Naked palette. Oh, that with the new Naked Heat palette from Urban Decay. This is the color M82. It's a hot, hot pink, like woo, hot. I don't think I've ever worn a color this hot on my eyes before. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. It's so pretty and so creamy. It's funny how some of them are just like so intensely creamy, Like I feel like that orange one I had to work a little harder, but this blue and the pink one are just, oh man, I cannot even see what I'm doing right now. That one is so creamy. If you guys can tell the difference, I mean, obviously it's a darker pigment, so it's gonna be easier to cover up whatever you're covering on your eye, but that one is just so intense. I love that color. That's really, really fun. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. I love these things. So that's M70 and that's M82. These ones are like really standing out to me because they're just so pigmented and creamy. And yeah, I just love them. They're so cool. First is L30. This is a lustrous. And it kind of looks like it's like a khaki green. One definitely has a little bit more of a sheen than the other lustrous shades that I've tried. I just kept getting bigger and bigger with that one. So it's kind of just like a really pretty khaki green with a slight kind of a sheen to it. So that is L30. I actually do want to see how these blend out, because if you are going to use them as a base, usually I just do that kind of stuff with my finger, but I do kind of want to see like how they blend out, just because if you are going to be using it as a base, you don't want to have like a super harsh line. And they do blend out just fine and dandy. Now we're going to do M60 on this side, which looks like a dark chocolate brown. Man, that is pigmented. Okay, this one is amazing. I'm making the weirdest shapes, trying to get as much covered as I can for you guys. I don't know what even that is. I just wanted to show you, like, this one is really pigmented. You don't need much and it spreads a really long way. This would be absolutely beautiful for a base. It's a really nice, warm, dark chocolate brown. And again, I do want to see like how this one blends out. I feel like if you get them soon enough before they dry, you gotta work pretty quickly because they do dry fairly fast. But you can see, I mean, minus this messed up spot here, they do blend out nicely if you get them, you know, pretty early before they set. So the trick is, if you are gonna be blending them out, work quickly with them, don't diddle around. M60 is definitely a winner. And then that khaki green, obviously if you like khaki green, then that would be a good one for you too. But I especially like the M60. I think that one's really beautiful. M72, again, this is matte. It looks like it's a really nice deep red. That one is really nicely pigmented. You don't have to work very hard with it. One layer is absolutely enough for that. Beautiful, really beautiful red. M90, again, that's a matte, and it looks like it's just a really nice, rich, deep purple. Oh gosh, that purple is beautiful. Do you guys see that? That is so pretty. That's really rich. Again, very creamy, very pigmented. You don't need a whole lot of it, and it goes a long way. So red and purple are winners. There hasn't been, the only one so far is that white lustrous one. That one was a bit weird. Everything else has been really pretty darn amazing. So there's those. Next, we're going to try M20. This looks like it's a deep royal blue. You know what would be actually really fun is if you're into, like, you know, getting super festive for the 4th of July, there's some awesome red, white, and blue shades right here. The blue is not quite as pigmented as I was hoping for. I feel like you have to go in for a second coat, because the first coat was a little chalky, which is interesting because the other really dark, bright colors were like super duper just boom. So once you do a second coat, that one is really beautiful, but I feel like you definitely have to do 2 coats with that one for some reason. It's a little bit lacking the first time around. So that one is M20. Now we're gonna try L22. This is a lustrous. This looks like it's kind of got more of a teal base to it. So there's a little bit more of a green in there than just a straight up blue. I mean, obviously it's still blue, but you can tell the difference between the other blue on my eye. But you can see how pigmented that one went on. So L22 is definitely a good one. I feel like that was really easy to use. It puts down a lot of color, and again, it has that kind of like satin finish. This is actually really pretty. I feel like this would be a beautiful base smoked out, and then put a really fun, oh, like if you put the Moonplay Dolly Sand over this one, I feel like that would be absolutely just whoa Nelly. Yeah, that color is amazing. I love that color. Okay, and then last but not least, we have M10, which is just a straight up black. And I am going to, on one side, just put it all over my lid, and then on the other, try it out as a liner, because it says that you can use these as a liner. So we're gonna give it a go. This one is intense. It's super duper black. Oh, it's like all over the place. I'm pretty sure I got a lump of it on my lashes, and now it's getting in my waterline. Yeah, I feel like I have a lump of it on my eye. Ew, I totally do. So I feel like because it does dry so quickly, it's a little trickier as a liner, because I feel like you have to go over it quite a few times, unless I just did not get enough on the brush. And then it just made my line a little bit smudgy. But I think obviously once you get the feeling of it down, then it would definitely work. It's just I've never used this before as a liner, so I feel like I should have used a little bit more and got like a lot on my brush. I can definitely look at this side. I could definitely see it being able to be used as a liner. You just got to use a little bit more product than I'm used to. So, and this one, man, it is dry. Once it's dry, it's dry. So you can see that is like super intensely black. I mean, it's like black, black. So there you go. If you're looking for a really black cream shadow, or you know, whatever you want to use it for, that is the product. I'm actually really impressed. I do give them a thumbs up overall. I think most of the colors are really, really great. I would definitely give these a go. I think if you're looking for some fun eyeshadow bases, or even just, I mean, like I said, you could use them as liners, you can use them as shadows, and they do blend out really nicely for like such an intense color. They're really quite easy to work with. So if you're looking for some fun, bright colors, even to do like little kind of like, you know, festival dots on your face or whatever, I think these would be a really great product, because they are so long lasting and they dry down really quick, but they are fairly easy to blend out and work with if you're using them as more of a kind of like base, instead of like something, you know, extremely winged and sharp. So I hope you guys like. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.